Madam Chair Lady, I am not going to sit here and pretend as if I am in favor of UNOPS doing any prison building in St. Martin whatsoever. In addition to that, Madam Chair, I honestly think that all of this should be put on hold until the new incoming government get an assessment of all what is to be done and what is not to be done. Because my question, Madam Chair, is what is UNOPS bringing to the table? What? Besides expertise. I mean, Madam Chair, when I look right here amongst this congregation, we have engineers, we have builders, we have contractors, we have individuals who can get the job done. So besides expertise, what is UNOPS bringing to the table? Madam Chair Lady, when I dive into the budget and I look at the budget, this one that we have here now for the 2024 budget, Madam Chair, I see that the country of St. Martin, the people's money, the taxpayers' money, we will be putting in something like 34 million guilders into the prison via the capital expenditures budget. That we put in that amount into it, into this project. So then, Madam Chair Lady, if that is the case, what we need UNOPS for? 34 million. 34 million guilders into the prison via the capital expenditures budget. My question is, who will be administrating this money? Who? And what is the use of UNOPS? What is their use? What is their purpose? Because it seems as if we have the money, Madam Chair Lady. So I would like to know exactly, besides their expertise and a nice architectural drawing, what do you bring to the table? What it is that UNOPS is bringing to the table concerning this facility? Madam Chair Lady, I fear again that concerning this project, we go out and we look for all the United Nations this and World Bank this and all those sort of things because it sounds nice, because these things are international agencies, but then we just need to take a stark look at the airport. And we might just end up as being one like that. In addition to that, Madam Chair, I would like UNOPS to give me a detailed breakdown, what they have done to mitigate their corruption scandal that they have had in 2022. The last time when they was there, they just spoke about they remove the director and they remove this, but I want to know in detail what steps they have taken that this don't happen again. And right now, Madam Chair Lady, based on what is going on in the world, nothing that comes out of the United Nations, one can talk and say, well, they are doing anything good. It's more like united nothing when it comes to what is happening, Madam Chair. I am troubled and disturbed. I don't see nothing coming out of it. Madam Chair Lady, what I see is that St. Martin is spending a ton load of money, and up to this present moment, from all the time that UNOPS comes in here, I still haven't gotten an answer or seen what they bring to the table besides their nice presence here in my country. In addition to that, Madam Chair Lady, I would like to know, Madam Chair, what is the consequences? Because we hear them spoke a while ago, based on this and the Mandela goals and all those sort of things. What is the consequences to the country in particular if our prison is not up to par in the next 5 years? What sort of bad reports can be given to St. Martin? What? And where would it be coming from? Who will be saying? Human rights agencies, United Nations, World Bank, Dutch government, BZK. What? What is the consequences of it? Because, Madam Chair, yes, the prison is bad. Madam Chair, Phillipsburg is bad. Simpson Bay is bad. Lally Center is bad. But, Madam Chair, thus far, everything in this country that the World Bank have their hands on, the IMF, United, everything, I haven't seen nothing positive come out of it as yet.
Because I hear colleagues in here asking for a stop to things, but I know that the mandate of this government is to continue, and continuity in government is what allows projects to be finalized. So I heard another MP ask about the status, where we are, what phase, etc. And so, besides that, I would like for the general public as well, maybe to be reminded as to where did they start, and what steps had to be taken for us to be here, as well as the total cost of the project, not just what is in our budget, but what has also been granted to St. Martin to be able to get this project underway. It is always easy to throw rocks when you don't have all the details. So for me, it is important for the people of St. Martin to have all the information so that they are able to judge where we are with the project and also hold the incoming government accountable to ensure that it gets finalized. Because I know from experience the difficulties that we had to secure the funding to be able to upgrade the prison. And so I look forward to getting that explanation so that the people of St. Martin are aware and that the wool will be removed from their eyes. Thank you, Madam Chair.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, salesperson of the month, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be, RBC is a bank for all of you.
Social and health insurances. Your social and health insurances.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
Say that some of the questions that I had, MP Manuel already asked them. Being new to Parliament, not knowing all the details, like MP Silveria mentioned also, maybe makes me green. But the presentation itself was somewhat short, and so if I would definitely like to get a proper presentation with details that a lot of these questions then would be answered in the presentation. That would help a lot. But one of my questions is what exactly and how exactly St. Martin benefits financially from having UNOPS involved in the whole project. I saw in the presentation that there was something about a saving of 32%. To the bottom, very small written down, it saved from phase one, but what the total is it 27 million? Is it 34 million? That I'd also like to know. What are the benefits? Because this, as I understood, are from the CapEx. These are funds, these are the taxpayers' money. So the benefits of having actually UNOPS dealing with this whole project. What is the interest rate that the country needs to pay back for this loan, for this project? And what is the total cost? And when I say the total cost, the question is not just the facility, but also the moving of the inmates, everything from A to Z. What is the total cost? Thank you, Madam Chair Lady.
If you're, or through you, Madam Chair Lady, and with your permission, the opportunity to just go into or touch on a few of the questions, but a lot of the questions that were asked, UNOPS would like the ability to answer those. So if you grant permission.
Surely.
Yes? Okay,
Yes,
good.
surely, Minister.
I just wanted to touch on the first question from MP Arundel, where he asks what happens to the what happens in terms of short-term improvements of construction. So one of the things that we have been doing as an administration is consistently providing the level of updates that has taken place at the Point Blanche prison. We have shown photos, I do believe, in presentations to Parliament with the involvement. Even MP Roseberg asked about how much inmates are involved in the improvements. We have a inmate facility team, and they're doing a fantastic job with the upgrades and refurbishments that we can do at the prison at this time, because considering that we're about to make a hefty investment in demolishing the existing facility and build a new one, we have to manage what sort of investment is made. But to date, we have made some really great improvements. Their living space, the outside space where they play soccer and other recreational. The sewing center has been reactivated. It was not in use after the hurricane. We saw to it that that's back online. We had the whole gymnasium. I saw to it that we bought new equipment. It was gutted out and redone. Even the inmates participated in that. So we've done a lot. The band is back up. I mean, just different things at the facility that has been upgraded to give them a living space that is manageable until the new facility is built. There's a question about access to electronic communication for the prisoners. Is this being looked into? And when we say electronic communication, I think he made reference to internet. There is a policy, and it is hard-pressed that there is no internet access, and that is a policy that's there. So it is firm, yeah, and you have to manage what sort of external communications are available. Ankle bracelet policy is in effect, been in effect. It is used even during the construction phase. It doesn't interrupt the operations. So if someone is eligible for the ankle bracelet, they will be receiving the ankle bracelet. It has nothing to do with the construction project on hand. One of the questions that MP La Cruz asked about is providing details. And MP, what we have discussed is we recognize indeed that this is a new parliament body, and it is only but right, even though I could say Parliament has a lot of history of information we've presented in the past, but we welcome the opportunity for UNOPS and the ministry to return and do a full presentation from commencement of this project until now for the Parliament. This way you will be thoroughly abreast of where this all originated from and all the work that has been done and what the projected timeline looks like. So, Madam Chair Lady, through you, if that is something that the members of Parliament would welcome, then we are definitely delighted to return to do that. Yes? And then what is the interest rate of this loan? So we would have to seek that information from the Ministry of Finance to be able to understand when it comes to the CapEx structure exactly what the details and intricacies of that facility entails. William, can you help me go down? There was another question that I needed to... That was the only questions? Okay. And Madam Chair Lady, through you, I just want to make this one mention before I ask that you give the floor over. This is such a sensitive topic, and when we say something like halt it, how do we communicate that to the men and women that have to live there at that facility, knowing the status of it? How do we communicate that to the men and women that work there, that has to go to that facility, knowing the state of it? The country has been taken to court even by the inmates, indicating that the facility needs to be improved. There are questions by other MPs asking us, what are we doing to be able to facilitate a suitable living? So how do we communicate a statement such as halting it? I think that a lot of great work is being put into it, and as I stated before, we welcome the opportunity to come in and give a presentation, but I really hope that the incoming government would recognize the necessity for continuity and will not support a position of discontinuing or placing a halt on all the progress we've made thus far. So through you, Madam Chairlady, I'd appreciate the opportunity for UNOPS to delve a little bit further into their answers. Thank you.
SXM, your social and health insurance is SXM, your social and health insurances.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah, your social and health insurances.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, salesperson of the month, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be, RBC is a bank for all of you.
With regards to the preoccupations of MP Arundel, the implementation will be done through a phased construction, and it will be respectful of ongoing initiatives in St. Martin. We want to ensure that the community is informed about all the upcoming construction phases for the new St. Martin prison. We will proceed with the phased construction, and phase one, that is what we've done. So during the phase one of the construction of the new facilities, which is the design, inmates will remain in the current facilities, which is what is happening at the moment. During the second phase, which will be the construction of the facility, we will proceed by stages of construction. During stage one, inmates will maintain in the current facilities, and then we will move on to a second stage where inmates will be transferred to the new facility as we build the second stage of the facilities. So we will have continuous, seamless operation of the facilities all throughout the process. Regarding the improvements of the current facilities and the short-term results, we understand the importance of maintaining a safe and secure environment while the new facilities are built. All previously planned improvements to the current facilities are being coordinated with the new interventions, and we will seek to maintain them during the construction of the new facilities. With regards to the question of MP Roseberg, the St. Martin Justice Sector project is progressing well. It is currently in phase one, that is design and procurement. We have established a project board since the beginning of the project. It meets regularly on a monthly basis, and it ensures smooth operations and timely decision-making, which has led us to the results that we've presented today. With regards to the construction timelines and scope, Stage 1 of the new prison facility is on track for completion by end of 2026. So by 2026, you will be in operation. The Stage 2, meaning the second stage of improvements, will be finalized by the end of 2028. The project will now focus solely on the long-term facilities. The transitional facilities are no longer part of the scope. It has been optimized and improved, and inmates will continue in their current short-term improved solution. Regarding to capacity, health, and safety, the new prison will be able to accommodate approximately 200 inmates, which covers the need for the next 40 years of the justice sector, according to the projections that we're managing. We will uphold, of course, the highest health and safety standards all throughout the construction stage to ensure that detention conditions are adequate. But we will also ensure that we meet not only health and safety, but also detention standards in line with the CPT recommendations and Nelson Mandela rules and all others pertinent standards. All the measures are in place to minimize disruptions to prison staff and inmates throughout the process, ensuring environmental and social responsibility. With regards to outreach and stakeholders' involvement, our current outreach campaign has engaged 21 local companies, and we're talking about all types of service providers, not only construction so far, and the campaign is still ongoing. The project will generate significant externalities that will benefit the country. We are developing a construction strategy that will explore potential involvement of inmates in the process. This is not confirmed yet, but we are exploring it. All the relevant stakeholders across the justice chain have been consulted in the program design exercise. This includes, but that's not extensive, the public prosecutor, judicial affairs, the bar association, the court of first instance. May 2023, the bar association was consulted. Social and rehabilitation focus. The UNOPS project scope includes non-infrastructural components such as exploring possible revenue-generating activities for the facility. We are seeking to project this facility towards a sustainable future, and I'm also talking about a financially sustainable future. During the phase 2, there will be a focus on social management activities. We will promote inclusion of the inmates association, the surrounding communities, and all the relevant businesses that will be affected, either positively or negatively, by the construction activities. Additional details. The Pointe Blanche facility will accommodate young adults only, ensuring separation from the main prison population. And by extension, MLC is not part of the current scope. Pre-trial detainees will be housed separately from convicted male inmates. This separation would not be possible for female due to the limited size of this group currently in Pointe Blanche. The new prison will be built on the same site as the current facilities, in phases to avoid the need for temporary accommodation, as we discussed earlier. There will be a combination of single and double occupancy scales, depending on the criticity, let's say, of the detention. The new facility will include 3 classrooms, 6 workshops to support educational and vocational programs. We, of course, welcome continued community support and engagement all throughout the project. With regards to the questions of MP Christopher Emmanuel, the UNOPS is the United Nations Office for Project Services. We are a project management implementation support agency. We do not have a programmatic mandate, and we are not a construction company. We support government in implementing their capital in challenging projects. What we bring are the highest international standards in our operations while respecting local context and try to foster national growth. We do this as our contribution to tackling the significant challenges of the world today. Our current portfolio globally is of $29.6 billion across the world. We work with over 800 partners. We manage a portfolio of over $6.5 billion in procurement projects. We manage a portfolio of over $2 billion in project management. and we manage a portfolio of over $2 billion in infrastructure. It is true that in 2022, UNOPS has gone through a crisis. In February 2023, the UNOPS Executive Board opted to discontinue the Sustainable Investments in Infrastructure and Innovation, known as S3I initiative, due to management failures. Subsequently, a response plan was initiated under the board's guidance, encompassing strategic and administrative reforms, including a complete reset of the organizational strategy. This 10-point action plan is under the very detailed scrutiny of our board, of which the Kingdom of Netherlands was formerly president and remains member and observer.